It's not about not having emotions. It's not about not being emotional. It's about whether or not you can control it and whether or not that's going to impact the decisions that you make on a daily basis. So
Mhm.
even women saying that is crazy. Yeah, of course we
Well,
got emotions.
but we
So
do
why are
know in that
prisons
time.
filled with men?
But we
Why
do
or
know
what?
Prisons filled with men then.
Because they
Because
raised by
they
women.
already told you because they were raised by their mothers not to be able to control their emotions. Which
Women ruining
listen,
good men.
women have the luxury of being able to lean. You have the
there are a
luxury
lot
of
of
being
men
able
in
to lean
prison
into
who
your
have both
emotions.
parents.
It's not
All
all.
I'm
You have the
saying.
luxury of being able to
A lot
lean
of
into
school
your
shooters that
emotions.
grew up in the
I
burbs.
understand that no matter what happens, see, no matter what you do, I still got to go out and grind tomorrow. I
Mm.
still have to make sure that I'm the rock. When we understood traditional roles and when y'all stopped comparing yourselves to men, y'all actually thrived and won. But the minute that y'all start telling men what to do based off of something that y'all never achieved is when y'all started fucking up and when y'all started to feel like y'all needed therapy. You
Mm.
don't need therapy. You need structure.
Mm.
You need to stay busy. You need
Yeah.
purpose. You need to be up under
Mhm.
your man. You need to be adding value. You need to be nurturing your children. That's why you
Routine.
find that the true dopamine hit for women, and I hate to have to explain this to y'all because y'all should understand this. The true dopamine hit for women is the
So
satisfaction of serving other people. It's the reason why y'all are nurturers. It's the reason why you feel great when you see your kid score a goal. It's the reason why y'all are soccer moms. It's the
Mm.
reason why when you see your husband happy, he goes out and performs because y'all are a help me. The minute that y'all started doing for yourself and thinking that you understood it was the minute that you started failing. And the more that you see a culture, the more that you see a group of people start to do it for themselves, that's why look, the correlation is so there. Women say we're the most educated, we're the most this, we're the
Mm-hmm.
most that, but they're the least married, the most broken, the most in debt, and the most disappointed, and they're the ones that's having the most conversations about decentering men.
And even when they say they're the most educated and they make all this money, they still want a man to provide. Even when they scream we're independent, we don't need no man, they still say a real man provides for me and I get to save my money. And if a man says, no, I'm not going to deal with the attitude, I'm not going to deal with this, let me go to the white woman, they complain about it. So even with all that independence and boss babe, boss ass bitch, don't need no man, whatever things they say these days, they keep evolving. At the end of the day, they still want a man to provide. So the issue is that most guys have is like, if you're gonna choose to be modern, to be independent, don't call me broke and dusty if I choose not to provide. Because I mean, we're equal. You're independent. You don't need me, right? Okay. If we decide to get in a relationship, you pay your bills, I pay mine. But women find that as an issue.
It's dumb. It's the dumbest thing ever. The
so what do
minute
you
I've seen women go to school, fucking struggle. The minute that a man came into her life, think about it. Women can go get educated, they can have their whole careers, and then they can get married and say, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. You know why she's willing to give that up? Because she's fallen into the nature of what God made her. She's giving it up not because she feels like she needs money. Women don't value money. Women value security. If a
Mm.
man provides that security through money, they willing to give up going to get it themselves because their true nature is to nurture.
Yeah,
So
a
you
woman.
talking
so
about
what do you suggest? What do you
only
suggest doing?
you need therapy is because you out of your purpose. The minute that you're
Well,
in your purpose and you forget
I
about the cares of the world because that's not something that was made for your hips, is the minute that you start really understanding life. You don't grasp life until you truly fall into your purpose. That all of this shit that y'all doing, working, grinding. I want to get this career that a man made up based off of a need that somebody created in a job that they don't that can be gone tomorrow based off of some new technology like AI or some shit. You put your value in a fucking degree that a man made and printed out on a piece of paper that you can't even trade in for 2 pennies, and you think that that fulfills you when it doesn't. It just gives you more of a desire to really be a mother, and you deny it. And so that's the reason that we have such a broken community. Is broken women. Women are absolutely out of their fucking minds right now.
Yeah, and that's the and that's the issue that really gets me. Have you guys heard of the saying that women will be submissive to their bosses, but not to the man they lay next to every single night? Have you guys ever heard that statement? The women respect their bosses more than the man they lay next to every single night. Like if they're at work, the boss can tell them, make me a coffee, and they will do it. But if the husband says, make me a coffee, they call that slavery. Think about that for a second. That's crazy.
They don't even.
because they're choosing.
So what do you? So what do
They've
you
invested
suggest?
so much of their
I think what's really
they've
And
invested
time.
so much of their time into these institutions,
And
into
time.
their
So we
degrees,
shouldn't-
into all of these things. And guess what? It was all for nothing.
Wait a
It was
minute.
all
Okay,
for nothing.
I don't
Hold
think
on,
Your
Jazz.
only purpose,
Let me
your
ask this one
purpose
question.
is us.
One question.
We're
please.
the only people that can fulfill you because it's the God in us
If he
that
ever
gave
let
you
me.
your purpose. It's the reason why you came out of our rib. If you don't get up under me, you'll never be fulfilled.
that sounds
That's
real
it.
scary.
I mean, Jazz is a feminist, and she looks good. Some of you guys have told me I'm wrong. Jazz doesn't look good, but if I look on the panel, maybe Mercedes is the best looking, but Jazz looks good to me. She's a nice looking chocolate sister. So for you guys who don't like that, I call her good looking. I mean, to each their own, right? But she's a staunch feminist. Whether it's about the Bible, whether it's something that helps, because there is nothing Anton just said that wouldn't benefit a man. Everything he said rather wouldn't benefit a woman. Everything Anton Daniels just said is that at the end of the day, men and women are supposed together. That's the core of the message. He's saying women should stop trying to be independent of a man and realize that they need each other. The men and women need each other. And she just said that's scary. If that's not being a feminist, I don't know what else. So to her, a man and a woman being together, relying on each other, building together is scary because she thinks her career and her job and her boss is safer than building with a man. Look at her face.
Agree with
No,
everything.
listen,
You just
I
you got a problem,
you
you
don't
got
get
a
it
problem
under
with
me.
it.
If
You
you don't
got
get
a
under
problem
me,
with
you're
it.
nothing.
Go talk to
Look
God.
at her.
If you
Go
don't get
talk to
under
God,
me,
'cause
you'll
that's where
never be anything.
Look at
A
her.
woman's
Under
power
me,
is
I'm
Look at,
a man.
a woman's power
Look
is
at
in
her.
her femininity, though. That's where she
they
shines.
they could deny it all they want, but
A
that's
woman's
the way
power is
God
in her
made you.
femininity.
That's the
Wait,
way that God
Tommy.
made you.
No,
Wait
Tommy,
a minute.
you're
Hold
right
on.
about
And
that.
I think a high value woman is a
I'm
woman
not-
that's able to retain a man, not a woman who's went to college and got a degree. A high value
That's a
woman is a woman that's able to retain a man and get him to marry her and have
What?
a fulfilling life with this man.
No.
There's women that go and get degrees. There's women that go
only
and get
counts if the man is-
doctorates.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Do you know that university?
It's not your degree. It's the fact that
Well, here's the
created
thing,
You have a
doctorate
person.
degrees for shit that wasn't even relevant.
Oh my
There's
God.
women that's going to get doctorates in business. You can't even use that shit. But they continue in a search for something that's not there.
Okay.
That's honestly,
So
this is the
women-
honest to God truth.
So women should not have any personal pursuits or goals that they want to pursue. Women should not get educated because we should only be living for a man to choose us one day.
That's not what he said. Oh my God. I don't know how anyone listened to Anton and came up. Obviously, Jazz is a feminist, so I should understand why she came up with that conclusion because she sees everything as negative. He simply said the same energy women put in education, career, degree, everything else, they should put into building a family. They shouldn't be put into being independent because at the end of the day, the man and the woman need each other. That was the foundation of his message. And she's talking about, oh, so you don't want women to work? You don't? No. Of course, women have to work, especially if the man doesn't have the money to pay for everything in the house. Him and the wife are going to get together. But where it becomes an issue, if the wife realizes the man can't pay everything and for her lifestyle, and she decides to break up the family to divorce the guy because she wants to go and live on her own, independent, because the guy can't pay her bills. That's the crazy thing.
So until that happens, what do? We don't go to school. We don't pursue degrees.
He didn't say that.
We don't. We're not self-sufficient. What do? We have to.
It's not that you shouldn't, but that doesn't make you high value.
Here's the thing, Stephanie. we as human beings, we're as women, we're still human beings, right? So we still have our own personal goals and aspirations.
Be
Now,
feminine.
should we as
Let me
women
finish.
also embrace our femininity? Sure, but I don't think that we should be downplaying women wanting to pursue personal accomplishments up until she finds a man that she can do life with. Like, what are we saying? Like, we just walk around.
Nobody gives a fuck about your
Well,
personal.
but what are you saying then, Anton? Are you saying that women should just sit around and be stagnant until a man come find you? Because we
No, he didn't say sit around and wait for a man to come find you. He simply said women put so much energy and focus on their careers and degrees, and by the time they wake up, they are no man. Because you've been putting all, because relationships also take work. Relationships take you to actually be intentional. So if you all your focus in career and degrees and all these things and working, the man doesn't come from the sky and fall in your laps. You actually have to put some intentionality if you want a family. You have to put yourself in places where you're going to find a husband, or you have to make yourself wifey material so the husband can wife you. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. The presumption is you are a wife before the man even found you. That means you had wifely qualities. But if you're focusing on career and you're not picking up wife skills, you're never going to be found. He didn't say sit around and just wait for a man.
we do know that most men aren't
Think
ready
about
to
this,
even make
Jazz.
that step.
Think about it, Jazz. If listen,
What
if
are we
you
supposed to do?
accomplish
Are we
something-
not
think,
supposed
think
to
about
do
it for a second. Think about it. This is so basic. If you get a personal accomplishment versus if I got a personal accomplishment, mine is gonna mean more than yours.
True.
That's subjective. Because my
No, it's not. It's not, because like I said, and I've said 1,000 times before, no matter how many degrees, how many careers, how many millions of dollars a woman has, at the end of the day, she wants the man she's going to be with to come in and pay her bills. So that's why Anton is saying it doesn't matter, because you're not planning to spend that money on the man or on the kids, unless you're a single mom, then maybe. But if it's in a marriage, in a household with a man and woman, no matter how much she makes, most times she would prefer the man to use his money to pay for everything in the house, and she keeps some money. So which means her degrees don't matter.
personal, but here's the
not.
thing: my personal accomplishment is about me. It's not about you.
Thank you.
So because
That's the
so
problem.
Selfish.
So because I go and pursue something, that's a bigger accomplishment for me.
That's
I could care less
selfish.
if you think that your
The
accomplishment.
value of your accomplishment is based off of
compliment.
how it. The value of your accomplishment is based off of how it contributes into society. My
Facts.
Okay, and
accomplishment, my accomplishment as a man is way more value than your accomplishment as a woman.
that is not true, and that's
No, the
simply
world
subjective.
don't give a fuck
There are
about
so
It's not
many
true to
women-
you.
I'm
Jazz,
telling you
There's
the
women
honest
out there
fact
that
is,
contribute greatly
Jazz,
to
listen,
society. What are you talking
Jazz, when a woman
There's so
accomplishes
many,
something,
there's so many women that have invented things that you use every day.
no, it's not a lie. When a
It,
woman
it
accomplishes
actually
something,
is. It
when a woman
actually
accomplishes
is
something, she
quite a few
accomplishes it.
basic things.
She accomplishes it for herself. When a man accomplishes something, at the very least, he has accomplished it for his family, if not
Facts.
the world.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's
All
fine.
your,
But
all
the-
your, all your accomplishments are
you
for
listen,
you.
listen. I went and
but
visited.
usually
I
when
went
we
and
pursue
visited the
things as
Basketball Hall
women-
of Fame. I went and visited the Basketball Hall of Fame, right? Like 2 weeks ago, over in Springfield, Massachusetts. The women were an afterthought. They included them as like a diversity, equity, and inclusion thing. Everybody that walked through there, nobody gave a fuck about any woman that was in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Okay, we're talking about basketball though.
I'm using
Duh.
it as a talking point to illustrate a bigger point of what
I don't
happens
know
in
if that's
the
a good
world
one
with
because we already
everything.
know people don't really.
Nobody cares
Basketball.
about what women do unless it's attached to a man.
That's not true at all.
It's so true. It's so
No, it's
true.
not. It's not, babe.
What did you do today, Jazz? Nobody
Minding,
cares.
minding my business.
And nobody cares because it wasn't
I'm
time
minding my
for
business. But my thing.
Yo, 2K is funny. It's like 2K is put on the panel to pull Jazzy's tail. You know what I mean? You know when you want a piece of a dog and it's wagging its tail, just keep pulling the tail every time. Pull the tail, run away. The dog will be mad at you. It's like that's why Y2K is on the panel to piss off Jazz.
But my thing is this.
Somebody said Cheryl Miller. We don't give a fuck about Cheryl Miller. We care about Reggie Miller. The
Why?
only reason we give a fuck about Cheryl
Are you
Miller
that
is because
obsessed
that's
with
Reggie
men?
Miller's sister.
Are you that obsessed with men that you can't acknowledge the accomplishments that women have actually contributed and continue to contribute to this society?
give a
Are you
fuck.
that pseudo masculine that you think that it'll somehow take away from your masculinity to acknowledge the fact that women actually contribute just as much, if not more, to the society that you live in today?
More?
You can't sit here and say that you like we don't care about these women, we don't care about these women when we're literally carrying, helping you, assisting with you, carrying society. You cannot acknowledge that. And I think
I mean, she's kind of right. Women have contributions to society. So if we're going to talk about nurses, teachers, education is full of women. So yeah, some doctors obviously, but I think teachers, nurturing roles like teachers, nurses, some doctors, and which industries have the most women? Education, nursing, I guess HR, social work, therapy. But men, I mean, if we're gonna, there is the men. This is all I can say. But yeah, she's right. Women do contribute to society. But I think when it comes, but like she said, she does those things for herself. So in other words, what I think Anton Daniels is trying to say, what they do, they don't do for the family. They do to make money, but they keep the money for themselves. It's not like they make the money to provide for the family because they want the man to come and provide for the family.
Care about the
and I
women
think
that help us.
No, we
I
care
think
about
that's an
women.
ego thing. And I think that's an
They
ego
still would have got it
thing.
done without her.
That's not true.
I think it's an ego thing with men.
No, it ain't.
Some men of today that they can't get past. They feel like if I acknowledge a woman, then that means I'm a simp or I'm a
It's
or I'm a
not. You know,
pamperer.
Women
what
who
it
think
is,
that
honestly?
men are intimidated by them are delusional.
Hold on. You know what it
You said
is,
what?
honestly, Jazz? I think you got it. You got it misunderstood. Like you really confused.
I don't think so, babe.
But
I'm
let me
listening
explain it
to
to
you.
you. Let me
I'm
tell
listening
you.
to you.
It's
Y'all
not.
women
It's
and
not that it's like
everything.
we don't give a fuck. That's the thing.
Well, guess what?
We
The thing
genuinely
is,
don't give a fuck. You know why? Because we're always. God bless us. It just is what it is. It's unfair.
and God also blesses women.
Unfucking fair.
And as black people, we're blessed together. We're better and greater together. You
Man,
know?
No,
Yeah, but you have been talking about how you want to be independent. Independent of who? Of men. So you can't say we are better together, Jazz. You can't change now. Just stay with your feminist mindset, Jazz. Don't change now.
no.
How we know that it takes
no.
two, though? How
Let
we
me
know that
tell
it
you what I
takes
told
two?
my chick.
It's a
Let me
badge
tell
of
you what I
honor
told
you
my chick.
have being a married husband.
Let me tell you
Being
what
a
I told my
motherfucker,
chick.
the man
Let
that's
me tell you what I
married,
told my chick. I
that's how
told
you
her,
know.
and
You
I've
know
said
this
this
in her
before.
heart.
I said I love you. I appreciate you. You such a good mother. I was gonna be great with or without you. It's so good that you.
Exactly,
It's so
exactly.
good. that you- It's so good that you here as a co-pilot. But I was gonna be great. I was destined to be great. You the one I chose.
It's
Hmm.
like
You
when
blessed. You
Kanye West
blessed.
said, "What would I do
You're
if I didn't
blessed.
win the war?"
No.
Yes,
I'm
we'll
sorry.
never know.
You're
sorry.
blessed to be here. You're blessed.
And so are you.
It could have been anybody in the world, but it
And
decided
so are you.
God chose you.
And so are you. And I feel like a lot of successful men will tell you that they didn't reach their peak success until they found a good woman to
I
hold
beg
them
to
down in a
differ.
relationship.
No, I think majority of men who say that, they say that to make the woman feel good, if we're gonna be honest. Um, to make her feel like she was part of his success. But I think a man who's destined for success is gonna be successful with or without a woman. Uh, that's my opinion.
You can shake your head because that's not your
Not
ideology.
true.
You
It's
don't
not
think women
true.
contribute anything to a man's success, and that's fine. But that's not a fact.
Hey,
know?
it's
It's not.
the
It's
reason
not.
why
It's not.
it's the reason
It
why
is. For
superheroes
some
don't
men, it
have
is.
girlfriends.
Anton. Fuck.
It's the
No,
reason
I
why
remember.
You
superheroes
are so
don't have
crazy.
girlfriends, Jazz. Peter Parker couldn't keep a bitch. Superman couldn't keep one, and
Peter
Batman
Parker.
couldn't keep one.
That was a fiction.
It's not. It's listen.
Superman?
It's only one
Being
me.
a power, you struggle.
About
Only
Superman?
one me, fam. It's only one.
You talking about Marvel?
I'm letting y'all,
talking about
I'm letting y'all
cartoons?
know that
talking
having a
about
woman
fantasy?
is more of an anchor than y'all think it is.
Y'all
All the-
genuinely need to be listen. y'all need to be appreciative of the men that's around y'all and in y'all life.
I know I am.
Because it's only one us, and at any point we can replace y'all, and we will be just fine.
Same.
Yo, some of you guys don't like jazz, but I'm not. I'm starting to like jazz. I'm gonna be honest. Her antics, how she's funny. And I think Anton knows that he gets under her skin. And 2K, these two know they can bring it out of jazz. So they say everything they know she's gonna try to fight. They say everything they know she's not going to. Because think about it. She's quiet. She's quiet. Obviously, Q is a host too. She's kind of quiet. She's kind of quiet. Mercedes hasn't said anything. But Jazz has been going back and forth with these two. But I think they know that. And she never backs down. She doesn't like to back down. But, you know, I think she's funny. Obviously, I don't agree with like 99% what she says, but she's funny.
And that's honest to God truth.
Everybody.
Everybody.
At any point.
Exactly.
No. Some of us are not replaceable. Some of us leave a mark on the world that just is the void that cannot be filled.
They know that the tools they use every day to quote unquote help us was all made by a man. It's funny how y'all wake up every fucking morning and forget that men made the world this way so y'all could do shit.
We appreciate men. Let's
Okay.
Y'all hold.
We appreciate men for the role that they play, but appreciate a woman for the role that she plays. And how I know Anton
Listen, bro, we have literally made the world so easy. No, this ain't semantics. We have literally made the world so easy that y'all can push a button and go to work. When our great grandfather was getting it out the mud, it was all physical hard labor. There wasn't a woman complaining about coming out the fucking cave or the kitchen then.
But 2K, when men went to war, who took it over? Women did.
Yeah, but that was like what, couple years in the entire history where men kept going to war and they came back. It's not like they went and stayed in war for 10 years, Jess. So I don't know why women keep using that excuse. They went to war for a couple months, I don't know, maybe years for World War II or World War One, and then they came back. But even then, some men stayed. The whole country of men didn't go. You know, so I don't know why they keep using that point.
When men went to war, women took over that work. And
Not
then
all
if you
of
want
them.
another example of women and their impact, what's that Tyler Perry movie, 6, 7, 8, 748, whatever it is, where the women came up with a system that men couldn't even fix. The men couldn't even fix. The women came up with it and solved the issue and got all the male out.
Listen, the whole world, every man in
That's the
America,
best example.
In time.
y'all came
Do
in.
you have a home security system? Do the men on the panel? Do the men on the panel?
Sorry, you say what?
Do you own a home security system?
I got a
Because that was
concierge.
invented by.
I got a concierge. I don't have a home security system.
Okay, whatever the case may be, that whole
Honestly, that's
system
true. I got a concierge.
of home security. No, that's fine.
Home security.
No, that Marie Van Brown was the one who invented it. That was a woman, right? So
Who
to help you.
Who did it the electricity to make it work?
She did that.
I don't know why Jazz is trying to name things women invented. Because if men start mentioning things men invented, it's not going to be fair. Like, she's not going to have enough mentions to counter what the men have to mention. So she's playing a dangerous game. She would never win. If men start mentioning things men have invented versus women, men are going to win. So I don't know why she thinks mentioning a security system is a good point.
Laser cataract treatment. Also,
But 2K burp to him.
A woman developed the laser Phaco Pro, which revolutionized laser eye surgery. That was done by a woman. Another one.
And then at the end of the day,
go in the room. Women make an impact in society.
Take that nightgown off.
Do that, Mr. Todd.
At the end of the day, go in the room, take that nightgown off.
Funny.
See, it always comes back to sex with you. It always goes
Y'all
back
ain't
to
nothing
sex
some
with you.
glorified fucking vending machines, man. I'm gonna put this cord in you had this baby and just wait for it to pop out.
Y'all sound like
y'all just some fucking vending machines, man. Just be quiet.
Why
no, listen, no. And listen, I love women. I say it all the time.
EPS technology, that's another one.
The majority of people
Portable
that are around me
tablets, that's another
are
one.
women, but they just understand. The reason that they thrive is because they understand the hierarchy.
Damn, just push out the baby.
The Bible says the man who finds a good wife finds a good thing. So that means that a woman is a wife before she even meets a man. And that's why I said the best thing you could do before you meet a man is just to be feminine, be in your feminine energy.
You know what's so funny? Exactly. All of these guys that pander to y'all and simp to y'all,
they don't want
y'all
them.
don't even want them niggas.
Facts. Facts. Women don't. The guys who put the Derek Jacksons and all these guys, I've seen some guys on TikTok, you know, who shit on men, say the worst things about men in order to impress women, and they have so many views. They make so much money. If you want to make money, make a channel where you trash men and uplift women. Oh my God, all the women will be in your comments, so they will give you all the money in the world. But those guys, women don't want them now, unless you're Derek Jackson, because you know he's tall, he's buff, pretty good looking guy. They don't mind that kind of guy. These other guys, they don't want them in real life. They don't want them.
Uplifting and like being positive towards Black women or women in general consider a pander. Why? And like it's if you're not being anti-woman, then you're a pander. It's like, damn, why can't we?
Why are we anti-woman? Because we just saying what the nature of people
well,
are.
because anytime you hear a man uplifting, showing respect, showing kindness, or anything towards a woman, you instantly call him a simp. You instantly call him a panderer. Why can't he just be a decent human being?
Do you think that I'm nice?
Who understands?
Do you think that I'm nice towards Mercedes?
Dad, you see Mercedes raising her
hand? Do you think that I'm nice towards Mercedes?
That's a well-known woman right there. Mercedes raising her fingers.
Don't do that.
Come on.
But that's a perfect example of where I was going to, because it's like if y'all can't find us.
I just have a question.
If y'all can't find us sexually attractive or objectify us, then you can't respect it. And it's okay.
Oh no, that's not true. Wait a minute. So you don't think I respect you, Jazz?
I don't really know. All I'm saying is that I hear a lot of times when a man gets on here, has nothing to prove, has nothing to gain, when he's respectful towards a woman, y'all instantly calling him a simp. No, just being respectful or trying to pander to get some internet coochie. It's like, when are we going to grow up? Like, are you really thinking that no man can come up here and be respectful without trying to pander to get some
I'm
pussy?
respectful towards whoever is respectful towards me.
But I have also heard you say that you need your female friends to at least your friends to at least have their pussy on the table available for you. You want it,
right? Look at Q. Q's face changed because she's Anton Daniels' friend. That's a wild accusation. But guys, I mean, I've reacted to almost the whole video, so I'll put down the link below so you guys can finish. This was funny, so I wanted you guys to watch it because Jazz was back on the panel.